the deepest place any mammal has ever willingly gone, 3,000 meters beneath the surface. Down here, sunlight didn't fade. It never existed. The pressure is so extreme it can collapse steel. Cold so absolute it can stop a human heart in minutes. This is not just darkness. This is a crushing, silent world designed to kill anything that enters it. Welcome to Deep Sea Lab. This isn't just a channel, it's a descent into places where light has never reached. If you're drawn to the unknown, if the depths of Earth fascinate you, then you're exactly where you belong. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, because at Deep Sea Lab, every episode brings another secret to the surface. Now move back to our topic. So let's return to the depths and to the sperm whale, master of the deep. And something is moving. A sperm whale is descending. At the surface, its heart beats 60 times per minute. Now, 40, 20, 10. The whale is shutting itself down. Blood retreats from the skin and organs. Every non-essential system powers off. Oxygen is rationed and redirected only to the brain and the muscles that matter. It has already been holding its breath for 40 minutes. It keeps falling. Then it fires. A sound so violent it would rupture your eardrums instantly. Rapid-fire clicks detonate through the darkness like underwater gunshots. Each one carries more acoustic energy than a jet engine at full takeoff. The whale is not listening. It is building a world. Each click returns as information. Distance, shape, movement. A living three-dimensional map forms inside its brain. Then the echoes change. Something is there. Too large. Too complex. Wrong. Arms longer than a bus. A body covered in massive suckers, each ringed with rotating hooks sharp enough to tear flesh. The largest invertebrate ever to exist. A giant squid. This isn't a rare encounter. This is a routine hunt. For most life on Earth, survival happens in sunlight. But sperm whales live in a vertical universe. A world stretching miles beneath the waves, where pressure crushes metal, where no human has ever belonged. What makes sperm whales extraordinary isn't just their size, or their strength, or even their intelligence. It's how little we actually know about them. For animals as large as airplanes, they are nearly invisible. They spend more than 70% of their lives in a zone humans cannot reach. A place so deep, even our best submarines struggle to survive. Almost none of it has ever been seen. We study lions because we watch them hunt. We study sharks because we can follow them. But sperm whales? We study scars, echoes, fragments of evidence left behind. They are the closest thing Earth has to real sea monsters. Not because they are terrifying, but because they remain unknown. We still don't know how they decide when to dive, how long they truly sleep, or how they navigate oceans the size of continents. Sometimes, scientists observe entire groups floating vertically, motionless, like a drifting forest of gray pillars, sleeping upright. No one knows why. Then there is how they communicate. Sperm whales speak in rhythmic sequences of clicks called codas, not random noise. Structured patterns, repeated with precision. Some scientists believe these patterns form regional dialects, different clans, different accents, possibly even the early framework of language. Imagine this: an animal with a brain 6 times larger than ours, living in a world we've never seen, speaking in a code we still don't understand. And sometimes, the deep allows us a glimpse. Divers have encountered sperm whales in moments that feel impossible. You hang in open water, weightless, exposed. Then something massive moves toward you. The clicks are softer than expected. Deliberate, focused, the whale is scanning you. Your lungs, your ribs, your heartbeat. It builds a complete 3-dimensional image of your body from the inside out. Then it stops. It hovers. Sometimes it tilts its body, adjusting its angle to read the echoes more clearly. Sometimes it circles slowly, clicking in patterns that sound almost conversational. And in rare moments people never forget, it responds. These are not coincidences. They are interactions. Here is the part that changes everything. Sperm whales possess the same neural structures linked to empathy, bonding, and communication that humans do. And they've had them for 15 million years longer. They may be speaking one of the most sophisticated languages on Earth. Despite centuries of slaughter, despite being hunted to the edge of extinction, they don't attack, they don't flee, they turn toward us. Giants with the power to kill, choosing instead to understand. For centuries, humans only knew sperm whales from the surface, and everything about them felt wrong. Sailors called them leviathans, sea devils, monsters. When a 15-meter head rose beside a wooden ship, exhaling a plume that smelled of oil and death, no one thought mammal. They thought nightmare. The sounds didn't help. Ships heard loud, rhythmic knocking from below, like something hammering against the hull. Crews panicked, prayed, prepared to sink. It was communication. Then came the scars. Perfect circles. Foot-wide impressions. Rings of torn flesh. If whales looked like this, what were they fighting? The giant squid wasn't imagined. It was written into living flesh. Fear became real in 1820. A sperm whale rammed the whaling ship Essex. Not once. Twice. Deliberately. The hull shattered. The ship sank. The crew drifted for months. Some resorted to cannibalism to survive. Their stories reached Herman Melville. Moby-Dick was born. The white whale was never fiction. It was fear given a name. Then greed took over. Inside the whale's massive head was spermaceti oil. Clear. Valuable. It burned clean. Didn't freeze. Lubricated machines better than anything humans had ever known. It lit cities. Powered factories. Fueled the Industrial Revolution. Liquid gold. So we hunted. Ships crossed entire oceans. Years away from home. Harpoons flew. The sea turned red. Whales cried underwater distress calls that carried for miles. Others heard. They learned. Mothers shielded calves. Pods fled. Some fought back. It didn't matter. By the early 1900s, populations collapsed. Over 1 million sperm whales killed. Entire cultures erased. In 1986, the hunt finally stopped. Almost too late. They survived. Barely. To understand sperm whales, we must return to the deep. At 3,000 meters, pressure reaches 300 atmospheres. Enough to crush cars. Enough to implode submarines. Sperm whales dive there daily, holding their breath for over an hour. They collapse their lungs. Their ribs flex inward. Their blood stores oxygen efficiently. Their muscles are black with myoglobin. They shut down. They conserve. Their brain, the largest on Earth, maps sound instead of light. This isn't adaptation. It's reinvention. They speak in codas. Learned, taught, passed from generation to generation. Culture. Memory. They fertilize the ocean. Bring nutrients from the abyss to the surface. Feed plankton. Support life. One whale can influence climate. In death, they create worlds. A single whale fall feeds deep-sea ecosystems for a century. Sperm whales don't just live in the ocean. They build it. Hunters. Matriarchs. Engineers. Teachers. Living memory of the deep. They survived pressure that crushes steel. They speak in a language older than humanity. They shape oceans, climate, and life itself without ever being seen. And yet, we've only scratched the surface of who they really are. Because what happens when an intelligence evolves beyond light? What does a mind built for darkness truly understand? Sperm whales aren't just hunters of the deep. They may be witnesses to a world Earth has already forgotten. And in the next descent, we'll go even deeper into what they know, what they remember, and what they might be trying to tell us.